Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. We know very little about the things that happen underwater. The deep sea mysteries are shrouded with enigmatic, startling, and creepy phenomena, and even experts have a hard time explaining them after finding them. Tuna tornado. You will forget all the land tornadoes after having a glimpse of this deep sea enigma. Witness the epic swirl of the tuna tornado. That time of year has come, so these tunas have decided to make a huge mating swirl to become parents of the next generation. Their reproduction occurs mostly out of the body, so they had to make these huge balls where the males release its sperm and the female releases its eggs, which get fertilized by her chosen partner. Besides mating, the tuna also forms a tornado to scare off big predators. Look at them, terrifying the dolphins and birds who've come to have a snack. Aren't they just magnificent? Birth of an island. Witness the birth of a new island. Many people don't know, but the islands in the middle of the ocean just pop out of nowhere and settle on the top. Here, Mother Nature is creating an island in front of your very eyes. This one sprung up in a patch of the southwest Pacific Ocean. Obviously, huge explosions occurred during its birth. Consider them as fireworks. An eruption of lava occurred from the underwater volcano in the central Tonga Islands. It got cooled and solidified. After 12 hours, the new island came to the surface, and in weeks following its appearance, it grew up to 8.5 acres. Bubble rings. These dolphins love to play hula hoops. The only difference is that they create their hoops themselves. Dolphins and whales are known to blow air bubbles in the water and create perfect vortex rings, which they use as their toys. Look at them playing with their bubble rings. And here, two dolphins made one bigger ring by joining their respective bubbles. These dolphins are quite the acrobats. For quite a time, scientists were puzzled by these enigmatic rings, but the mechanism has now been understood. There is an increased water pressure at the depth than at the top, which overcomes the surface tension of the sphere, punching a hole in the center to create a donut shape. Finger of death. Not being too dramatic, as this is exactly what this is. This is a brinicle, aka the finger of death. It's a finger-like formation that grows under sea ice. Just as it comes in contact with the sea floor, everything starts to freeze out. All the marine life on the floor instantly freezes and perishes away. The metaphorical name really suits it. As seawater freezes in the polar ocean, salt brine concentrates are expelled from the sea ice, creating a downward flow of dense, extremely cold, and saline water, turning everything instantly to ice. It is one of the rarest moments captured on camera. Underwater earthquake. This remotely operated vehicle shows what happens underwater during an event of an earthquake. All these deep-sea shrimp swarmed the vents, feeding on the microbes that live on chemicals flowing through the vents. There, they just experienced an earthquake of magnitude 4.7 that was struck just 100 miles away. You can here note that the shrimp responded just a few seconds before the actual shake. Beached fish. Nobody knows if this was just some sort of message from the ocean, but the tourists visiting the Chilean beach got the ultimate shock, seeing thousands of expired fish lying on the beach in February this year. The fishes laying across the beach were sardines and anchovies. Nobody could deduce the reason behind this mass stranding, but it was hypothesized that the fishes could have migrated towards shore in quest of oxygen because of the low oxygen levels in the deep sea. This wasn't the only instance, as a few years back, thousands of sardines also paid a visit to Costa Rica's Gulf, near the coastal town of Manzanillo. The affected area was around 1.25 miles. Dolphin mud nets. These dolphins are winning the predation game. They have invented a new, clever hunting strategy to catch prey, which is called mud fishing. It's a cooperative feeding in which a single dolphin circles around a group of fish on the ocean floor, creating ring-shaped plumes of mud. This creates a temporary net, trapping and disorienting the fish. Other dolphins then take this opportunity to hunt the jumping, confused fish and make a meal out of them. This trend has been seen flourishing in the Caribbean and even on the lower Atlantic coast of Florida. Well, these dolphins are a lot smarter than many humans I know. Swimming between two continents. Want to know something cool? You can swim between two continents in Iceland's Silfra Fissure, which is divided by the Eurasian and North American continents. The place is so narrow that if you dive down deep, you can actually have a hand on each continent. The reason for this is the shift in tectonic plates, and these ridges grow apart 2.5 centimeters every year. The rift was formed in 1789 by the earthquakes that played with the two tectonic plates. Every year, many divers visit the place, and let me tell you that the water there is the clearest and cleanest that you could possibly imagine. Toxic brine water. This clip from a BBC documentary puzzled everybody. In it, you can see a cutthroat eel venturing into the brine pool to find something to eat, but it goes way deep down, and for such a long period of time, that is how it gets out. The eel has gone into a toxic shock and is now twisting its whole body into a legit pretzel. The reason the mighty electrocuting eel is suffering such a cruel fate is that the brine is bad news for them. The high concentration of salts makes them woozy and sends them into a toxic shock. It's literally a miracle that this one came out alive, but not everyone is that lucky. Yeti crab swarm. Scientists have found a lost world under the vast oceans of the deep Pacific. Swarms of ghostly Yeti crabs raided the hydrothermal vents. This was the first time scientists ventured down there and saw all these Yeti crabs raiding the vents, living in utter darkness at depths of 2,400 meters. What's interesting about these crabs is that they are eyeless and only get attracted by the water's temperature. They seek out neither too hot nor too cool temperatures. Being eyeless limits the predation skills, but it doesn't affect them as they have thick, hair-like bristles on their limbs and belly, which help the crab collect the bacteria that it eats. Crop circles. Here we have for you another deep-sea enigma, the mystery of crop circles. Let's start from the very beginning. A research team in 1995 off the coast of Japan detected these strange, rippling geometric sand patterns, which were nearly 6 feet in diameter. They were located almost 80 feet below sea level. All these years, it remained a mystery until 2011, when the culprit revealed itself. A mere 5 inches long male pufferfish was finally caught in the act. He was creating this elaborate design in order to woo females for mating. All this time, scientists were testing different theories and whatnot, when male pufferfish were merely trying to score a chick. And now, let us move on to our subscribers' pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Today's subscriber pick is a picture of a shark stuck in a fish tornado. Remember we discussed those tornadoes earlier? Yeah, those same tuna ones. Many small fish employ this technique and form a bait ball to surround much larger sharks. It is so smart that all the small fish make kind of an army and raid a much bigger predator. Frost flowers. Have a look at this beauty. These frost flowers appeared on the icy surface of Bosten Lake in northwest China's Xinjiang Uyghur, turning the whole region into a gleaming meadow of white. The spectacular landscape formed after a sudden temperature drop, which resulted in the formation of cooled, saturated water vapor, which, when after the frost accumulation thickened, resulted in flower-shaped ice crystals. They are quite rare to spot, but this wasn't the only instance, as generally, These frost flowers form on Arctic and Antarctic seas. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the whole video. See you next time!